Hi, and welcome to Vienna Coffee Company's Tip Tuesday. Today, I'd like to talk about something that you're going to need to understand when it comes to brewing your coffee, and that is your ratio. How much coffee and how much water do you use for the best tasting cup? Well, first of all, before we start, the thing you're going to need is a scale. We want to make sure that you can actually weigh your coffee. Scooping is not going to be very precise, but if you have a scale to weigh the coffee, you can always duplicate your ratio and also experiment with new ones. So, when it comes to things like a French press, we want to start with a ratio of about 1 to 15. That's 1 part coffee to 15 parts water. When we jump to, say, a Chemex, for example, you may want to go 1 to 16 or even 1 to 17. The reason we like a tighter ratio with the French press is because it's using what we call a full immersion brewing, where all of the coffee is with all of the water for the full duration of the brew. So you don't need to use quite as much coffee. With the pour-over style brewers, we are actually pouring the water in stages, and so we can use more water in that ratio. So, for a Chemex, as I said, 1 to 16, 1 to 17 would be a good place to start. You can try that. But all of this is personal taste. If you like a really strong cup, then you can tighten it down to 1 to 15. For things like the Hario or any of your single cup brewing devices, basically a 1 to 16 is a great place to start on those. Try it, see what you think. You may want to tighten it or extend that ratio depending on the kind of coffee you prefer. And again, about 1 to 15. You can go lower. I wouldn't go any lower than about a 1 to 12 on the French press because you're going to get a really strong cup of coffee. And speaking of strength, it's a term that we all throw around. Some people refer to the coffee roast, but true strength in a coffee brew comes from that ratio. More coffee in there gives the strength that you're looking for. So, ratios are important, but it's all subjective. So, we realize that you have a way that you like your coffee, so play around. Try some ratios that you prefer, and if you find something you really like, send us a line. We'd like to know what you're enjoying. Thanks, and have a great day.